Soldiers of Shoot.
Soldiers of Shoot. SOS. We are back. Hollywood Edwards here with the Electric City Saint. What's up, Saint?
Good evening, bud. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. And why are we here? We are here to talk about the big news. All Elite Wrestling officially. TNT. Turner is back in the wrestling business. Saint, initial thoughts.
Dude, it's absolutely incredible. I'm very excited about it. I know it's kind of been teased and everything else the last several months, and finally we get the big reveal, and it's just as good as we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. We were hoping for...
I mean, dude, seriously, it's almost unbelievable to think about. This is like the most unprecedented TV deal for like a startup like them that you could imagine. I mean, they've not even been in business a full year, and they've just gotten a TV deal on one of the largest television, networks that have been around since many, many, many years.
Yep. Haven't had a show yet.
What are they dating back since probably pre-70s? I think TNT's been around.
Yep.
They
haven't had a show yet under the AEW banner. Right. It's amazing.
Right. I think that's one of the most incredible parts of it. If you outside of All In, they legitimately have not had a real show yet.
Yep. And
they have a TV deal. I mean, that's absolutely incredible in this day and age, because that shows you, I think, right there how much, power and pull they have with Tony Khan and their roster and everything there, that they're able to garner a deal like that. Because if you're looking at like any other kind of smaller upstart wrestling company, there'd be no way they'd even come close to getting any kind of deal like that.
So today, Warner Media had a presentation for their upfronts inside Madison Square Garden. I'm going to stop right there. How ironic. The home of WWE. And it is announced inside the Garden. AEW is on TNT. Saint, any irony there, do you think? Or, is this... It's almost like reading tea leaves here. We did some WWE talk, and I kind of lost my mind a little bit over Asuka. And 1.8 million viewers. If they don't change, this is kind of like fate dealing this blow here. Madison Square Garden, Saint.
Dude, that probably burns Vince up so bad.
That burns my ass, pal. Burns.
Especially considering, too, like he probably wasn't too thrilled with that big Super Card of Honor being at MSG either. And that weekend, like I said, you look back at that weekend, those guys did way better than WWE did.
Yeah.
They pretty much dominated that weekend for this year.
We don't know what day it's going to be. We don't know for sure yet. They didn't announce it. Of course, we know that word came out at the beginning of the year that they copyrighted or applied for a mark for the name Tuesday Night Dynamite. So that's what everybody is thinking. This will be a Tuesday night show. They didn't tell us how long the episodes will be, but JR did an interview recently, and he said that it would probably be a 2-hour show. In addition to that, the other news regarding AEW is that BR Live, which is Bleacher Report, I believe, live streaming service from Warner Media, will stream all AEW related events, including Double or Nothing, on May 25th. The Buy-In, it's the name of a show. It's a 1-hour long show. Will be available on Warner Media and AEW social channels. I'm assuming that's going to be like the pre-show. Matches on that card include the Casino Battle Royal and Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. Streaming on pay-per-view has also been discussed. The event will also be seen in the UK via ITV. I believe they are also on traditional pay-per-view as well. I think I read that somewhere earlier.
Yeah, I believe so too, because I think they already reported that Xfinity's already like advertising it or whatever, that you're able to purchase that or pre-order it.
AEW promises to focus on producing fast-paced, high-impact competitions. They say that they will offer fans, very important to hear these words here, less scripted, soapy drama and more athleticism and real sports analytics. Now, people, that does not mean, because I'm seeing it on Twitter already, well, Cody said that they're not going to have storylines. That's not what he said. Less scripted, soapy drama. That's what he said. That doesn't mean there's no storylines. More athleticism and real sports analytics. From what I saw, Cody said that they are going to do statistics based within the match. As in, he said not only wins and losses are going to matter, Saint, he also said that weight classes, like stats, will be compiled. How often a guy loses to a certain finisher will be compiled. I'm going to stop right here, Saint, throw it to you. Less scripted, soapy drama, more athleticism, and real sports analytics. What do you think this looks like? I mean, are we talking about 70s pro wrestling, 80s? Or are we talking something more like New Japan, but even more sports-based? What do you think? What do you expect here from that description?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very much in that New Japan realm of bringing that realism and presenting it more of as a sport, which I very much I like that. And it's funny that you said, when you said what they described it as, it's almost the very exact opposite of the way McMahon describes WWE in a little quote that I read to you off air before we went on the air. It's almost like the polar opposite, and I find that very funny because like, I seriously think that this is going to be what more people are going to want to see as opposed to what WWE has to offer.
Tony Khan, AEW president and CEO, said the following: wrestling fans have wanted and needed something different, authentic, and better for far too long. AEW is answering the call. AEW is about more than wrestling. It's about a movement fueled by wrestling fans who have been underserved and perhaps even disappointed by what the industry has produced in recent years. AEW is rising to the occasion with Double or Nothing, and today taking it a step further by partnering with Warner Media, which is as committed as we are to making wrestling fans the one and only priority. With Warner Media, AEW is poised globally to redefine wrestling as we know it today.
That shows me that they're very committed and taking this seriously to get this to be a big brand, and for it to, A, make money, of course, but B, also really give back to the fans and give them more of what they're looking for, which you don't see with, WWE, that they go and say, now the fans book the matches. Well, we saw how that all turned out.
Yeah, Saint, you know what? I'm going to blame you, actually, for the name of Kabuki Warriors. It's your fault. You voted that, obviously. Back to AEW. I'm not going off on another tangent. AEW. So we are now, we are 10 days away from Double or Nothing. Let me ask you, Saint, the Battle Royal that they are doing, and for those that don't know, they threw some gimmicked caveats on this match. Cards are drawn with the Las Vegas theme, and they are going to separate by suit of card. So the Battle Royal starts, it's going to be 5 competitors, depending on the suit of the card drawn. Then after 3 minutes, the next 5 will enter. Then the next 5, then the next 5, and then the one, whoever draws the Joker card, will come out last. That winner will be the first to challenge the AEW champion. Saint, when and where do they crown the champion? And who will it be?
I would think. I don't think they're going to do anything like putting any kind of titles on anybody at a Double or Nothing. It's going to be live, isn't it?
Yep.
Which is even better. And honestly, I didn't realize that aspect of it. I honestly thought it was going to be pre-taped like Ring of Honor does, where they were going to, basically tape like almost a month and a half in advance, like they do, and then slowly put out the episodes.
Live good, TV, pal. Live. They're going live, pal. Live and rough and raw. Oh yeah.
All right, then if that's the case, I'll spin it this way.
Spin it, pal.
I think within the first 2 months they'll start crowning champions. Like I said, I almost don't feel like they're going to do it right away. Realistically, I could see them doing a tournament, but maybe they'll do something else that's going to be, something never done before, something a little more unique than that. It's going to be interesting because there's a lot of ways they could go about doing that. The matches that they have for Double or Nothing, I don't really see any of them like saying, okay, they're going to suddenly say on the show, okay, this match, whoever wins this is going to be the champion.
I could actually see them doing it just for the fact that it would be a surprise if Cody or the Bucks or maybe Tony Khan himself. I know he said he wanted to stay behind the scenes, but I think it would be cool if he came out Double or Nothing and said, before our main event here, I want to show you guys something and show the title and then say, end this match, winner gets it. I think it would be cool for this show if they did that. But if they choose not to, I would like to see them debut the TV show and do exactly like what we were talking about with the G1 and the Super Juniors. If they start right now, which it'll be October, if they announce a tournament to kick off their show for the champion and run it for, I don't know, whatever, 4 weeks, 8 weeks leading up to their next pay-per-view in October or November or whatever they decide to do, that would be cool. Crown the champion, and then much like New Japan, every year, so 2020, fall of 2020, they have another tournament and just run it like the G1. You know what I mean? Like the winner then will get the shot at the champion every year. If they want to do a sports-based thing, I think that would be something really cool to be able to tune into every week. It would be sports-oriented, and it would get us talking. Every week, we would be dissecting that tournament. We would be filling out brackets like you suggested on Twitter today. I think that would be super good idea if they did that.
Yeah, I really like your idea, bro. I really do. I think I'd be all in for that. And I think, if it's presented like it's almost like March Madness, I think a lot of people would dig that.
October. The October tournament. The Oct-tournament, pal. That's what I'll call it. I'll call it the Kabuki tournament, pal. Yeah.
Yeah, McMahon would call it the Oktoberfest.
How about October? How about Octopus, pal? Like October puss. Like, yeah, pussy, pal. Yeah. We're always open for business, pal. It'd be great if Tony Khan just called him and said, hey, I heard you're open for business. You want to sell me your company? I need a juniors division. I'm just going to use all your guys. Oh, goddamn, pal. What's your offer? That'd be great.
Oh, man.
All right, sidetrack. Back to AEW. Live television. Can you see them doing a 1 hour show live? Or I'm assuming JR would know. He said 2 hours. I got to think it's got to be 2 hours, right?
I think realistically 2 hours would make sense because I think, Impact is 2 hours, Raw's 3 hours, SmackDown's 2 hours. I think realistically it would make sense for them to go for the two, I think, because Ring of Honor does 1 hour, and I always feel like in 1 hour they do get a bit done, but at the same time, that hour goes by real fast sometimes, and sometimes they might only get like 2 matches in, which, I don't really think that'd be a good look for them. I think 2 hours definitely makes a lot more sense, and I think they have a big enough roster that they could have it be exciting enough each week and have enough variety there.
Here's a question for you, and this has been debated recently on different channels and on social media about AEW. Now we know that they are TNT. Now we know that they are a live TV show. We don't really know who is writing. Okay, now by writing, I know some people will say, well, the wrestlers can do it. They're going to write it themselves. I know Tony Khan has said in the past, well, actually, the guys have said the buck will stop with Tony. He's the boss. He has the final say on everything. But as far as a TV show, now that they're going to be on cable TV, do you think that they need someone, like just somebody in the back to be able to make sure that the book is being kept correctly? Like, you don't want too many hands on the book, right? There's got to be somebody keeping the book, right? Because my fear for AEW, if I had one fear, it would be this. I don't know if the sport aspect of it is enough to carry it through properly on a 2-hour TV show week to week to week to week without having any mistakes. What are your thoughts on that overall? Just pick something there and go with it. What do you think?
Is Jimmy Jacobs available?
He's Impact right now.
Oh, he's Impact. Okay, interesting. Yep. That's interesting that you bring that up because that show we did last week, I almost kind of I could feel like the touches that he would do it kind of. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know who they could bring in here for this. I do think it's very important that they do just as you said, though, because obviously wrestling's been around so damn long that, storylines are still a big proponent of it. It's a very big aspect of, whether your show is going to be entertaining or not. And I realize, yes, they're going to want to go more in that sports realm, but you're still going to have some storylines. And I know that they're going to do that. But at the same time, it might be very smart to have somebody in charge of that. Like you said, I mean, they do have a few producers. They have Billy Gunn working there, BJ Whitmer, Jerry Lynn. But I don't know really who their head booker is going to be.
Right.
Because I look at their backstage personnel list, I really don't think any of them would be that lead guy doing that.
Unless maybe JR would do it. I'm sure he would do whatever he was asked, and I'm sure he could do it. But I just think, like, if you compare the storylines on Being the Elite, like, yes, they do have storylines, and they are following it because they have nowhere to go right now. But I have a feeling that they wing it a lot. They're just winging it on their YouTube channel. I think it's going to be a lot different when they sit down and type out a TV show,
Yeah, I would think so too. And there's some guys there that have experience with that, like a Billy Gunn. But at the same time, dude, I almost don't know who they could sign for that. It does say that Jim Ross is a senior advisor, so I'm sure he's going to have a lot of say in that. But at the same time, they really, from the looks of it, they really don't have that lead guy in charge of the writing there.
Right. I think that must be my only main concern, I think, for these guys. Because I don't want to turn the show on and then I don't want to deal with that portion of the audience out there going, see, I told you, they don't know what the hell they're doing. This is what happens when 4 people steal from a money mark. See, this is what happens when there's 4 executive vice presidents. See, this is what happens. We told you. See, Vince McMahon rules. See? I don't even want to deal with that. I don't want them to put themselves into any situation that resembles that.
Yeah, I would hope not, because they have a lot of cards in place. Pardon the pun with like the gambling aspect, but they really have a lot of cards in place to make this a very successful promotion. They have the financial backing. They have an amazing roster. They are really signing very talented, premier, top level referees like Earl Hebner and Bryce Remsburg. They have, like we said, guys that have been in the business backstage for quite a while. They have a good broadcast team, Excalibur and Jim Ross, and they have Justin Roberts doing the ring announcing. I mean, bro, top to bottom. I mean, even, dude, they have Sandra Gray, who is the seamstress in the past for WWE, and they brought her in for this too. So, I mean, really top to bottom, it's like they have the perfect combination of just everything you need to have a successful promotion. So yeah. I really hope that they can capitalize that and really have them good storylines that are going to potentially get in, more than just the jaded WWE fans. And luckily with them being on TNA, I think they have a very good opportunity to attract new fans to the product as well, besides, hardcore guys like us or the jaded WWE fan.
Right. Yeah. I think there will be a lot of people out there that might look in October and go, "Oh, whoa, TNT has wrestling. What is this?" Just because that they remember the Monday Night Wars. I'm not saying that there are fans out there that forgot that wrestling exists, but there might be that guy or two that, the older fella that might be channel surfing going, "Oh, look, it's the wrestling's back on TNT,"
Right, yeah, absolutely. I could see that happen with a lot of people that are more in that older age group, like late 40s, like 50s, whatever have you.
Right, that 60s, like General Stames, the older folk. Oh, yeah. Gonna get some Tuesday Night Dynamite, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm pulling in 1.8 over here on SmackDown. Cody, what do you think of that? Yeah. We got some kabuki action going. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good luck to you, pal. Good luck taking me down. I'm a genius. Yeah, I got the wild card. I said there was going to be 3 guys, and it turned out it was going to be 7. Yeah.
The same man, too, who likens the longevity of WWE to the military.
Dude, he's freaking lost it. He's lost it.
Yeah. You bring up something earlier, too, that it's called Tuesday Night Dynamite. I really like the name because it almost does remind me of Nitro. It has that same type of appeal to it and vibe to it that I think maybe, like you said, if there's somebody that hasn't watched wrestling and God knows how long, and they watch TNT, maybe they would go in and give it a shot and figure, this might be like Nitro.
Did you see the logo?
No, I did not see the logo. I'll have to look at that when I get a chance.
It's flames. It actually looks like, the building on Nitro blowing up. They don't have a building, they just have the flames behind the AEW. So it's like reminiscent enough to WCW.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. I mean, I'm sure it's, a little bit of a tribute to that, but at the same time, I'm sure they're still trying to do their own unique thing.
Right.
But I can't blame them from borrowing for something like that, because that was a very iconic logo.
Right, yeah. I mean, at this point, people are going to be like, "Oh, look, they're even copying WCW." Well, what do you want them to do? Like purple stars and, green comets in space as their logo? Like, no, just that's people. Whatever. Oh, look, it just looks like Nitro again. Yeah. Cody's not even that good. Oh, why do I want to see Goldust and Stardust?
Or what about the small fan base there that thinks they don't have any serious matches for this pay-per-view.
Dude. Some people are beyond help at this point. Really. Really. No serious matches.
I seriously think you might just be right about that.
Yeah. Oh, do you have anything else on AEW and the big TV announcement, TNT?
Dude, I think it's something, like I said, we've been looking forward to this for quite a while, and I still think that sentiment is true. I think this is probably the most excited we've been about any kind of wrestling within the last probably year or so. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. I think the proof will be in the pudding once they actually have this thing kick off and we finally get to see it.
Yep. And just so you know, people listening, we will be brutally honest with AEW as well, just like we are with WWE. So if they put on a good show or a decent show or a bad show, we will tell you.
Yeah, I mean, that I try to be brutally honest with everything that we cover on here, so AEW will be no different. I mean, I know we probably come off as AEW fanboys, but seriously, like, if it's lousy, you'll hear from me. Like, I'll flat out tell you I think it sucks. I'm really hoping it doesn't get to that point, though. I think, we off air, we have discussed this a few times, that we do have that fear that we might go into all this and then all of a sudden in October the show airs and it's awful.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible. We hope not, but I mean, you have to face reality and face the facts that there's potential there for that to happen.
Oh yeah, pal, you'll be back. You'll be begging for some McMahon. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna watch those indie clowns. And Jericho. Oh, yeah. You'll be back, pal.
I mean, hey, we have to be back if we want to see the Kabuki Warriors, apparently.
Kabuki Warriors, pal. I got some Viking Warriors and some Kabuki Warriors. Everything's Warriors now, pal. Is that what their name is, Viking Warriors? What is it?
I don't even remember at this point, bro. They're still Warriors, seeing them.
Yeah. Where do you see all the Warriors that I'm going to bring into to Raw? Oh, it's going to be great.
Hey, maybe he's just doing that to combat Tony Khan. I mean, he's Jacksonville Jaguars, so hey, well, you got to have the Minnesota Vikings in there.
Well, maybe. He wants a football, pal. I'll give him some XFL football. Yeah. Thinks he's something because he owns an NFL team. I own a whole damn league, pal. Yeah. I am the XFL.
Probably thinks that too.
He probably
That's
does.
Probably his thought process with that. Yeah.
I own the whole league. I'm Goodell and Jerry Jones rolled into one, pal. We're football warriors. Yeah. You can't compete with me, pal. Saint, give me your best McMahon. Give me some McMahon. Let's hear it.
Well, goddamn, pal.
Well, goddamn.
I'm not sure who that was.
Goddamn, that was a nice try, pal. Electric City Saint, yeah. Yeah, he's electric. Personality.
Dude.
Why?
If I was a professional wrestler in WWE, how do you think McMahon would book me? Give me your fantasy booking if you're Vince McMahon and he gets the Electric City Saint.
Oh, yeah. Electric City Saint, yeah. Well, he knows his history. He kind of likes that 2009 TNA, yeah. So I'm going to make him a historical figure, like from the past. I'm going to put a wig on him, and I'm going to call him the historical warrior, pal. Yeah. He's gonna be electric. Yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I don't know. Like, it does seem like it's almost like everything with him is Warriors lately. Dude, what?
Oh, it's Viking Raiders. It's Raiders. Viking.
Oh, Raiders. Oh, okay.
Right.
My bad.
Isn't it? Is it Viking Raiders? I think.
I don't remember. I seriously don't.
Either do I. I gotta look it up because now I'm all confused. Because I keep thinking Viking Experience. Kabuki Experience. That's what I meant to call them. Change their name. I can see it happening.
I mean, heck, they originally were supposed to be the Kabuki Girls, according to Paige. Her words, not mine.
It's Viking Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, pal.
The Viking Raiders of Oakland.
Now take it back. The Las Vegas. They won Vegas. I'll give them Las Vegas Raiders, pal. I'll show Cody. I'll show Con. Yeah. Oh, you got billions, do you? Yeah, I got genius ideas, pal. Yeah. Really?
Hey, too, he has that interview with Variety Magazine that Tony Khan don't have either.
Damn right, pal. You're damn right I do. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's the matter, pal? You're talking about wrestling. Soldiers a shoot, pal, huh? I think you know everything I got up my sleeve, pal. Wait till you see October. SmackDown on Fox. It's going to be great. It's going to be 3.3.
They might not make it to October, bro.
We're open for business, pal. Con, if you want my company, call me.
Again, Vince's words, not ours. The interview that we're referring to, if you didn't know, he had an interview with Variety Magazine. He did say, regarding, if he'd consider selling his shares or anything. He did say that, quote unquote, they're open for business and left it at that.
I don't even want this shit anymore, pal. Come and take it, somebody, please.
Dude, maybe that's what it is.
I just want to go own my football league and leave me the hell alone here with this wrestling shit. I've had it. I've been doing this all my life. I've been doing this for 60 goddamn years, pal. You think I like this shit? Dude, imagine that. Seriously, at this point, he's probably like... Vince, what do you want to call them? Kabuki Warriors. I don't give a fuck anymore. He's probably pulling his hair out, going crazy. The poor son of a bitch.
This is the same man, too, who says that WWE superstars can take a break without repercussions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Paging Luke Harper.
No repercussions. I'll extend your contract, pal. You know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I gotta deal with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks kicking and screaming on the floor like a 5-year-old. You think I'm having fun, pal? Please, somebody buy this company from me.
Dude, I think we have officially figured it out, I think maybe that's what it is and why he isn't doing anything to just help it. Maybe he just really lost it. It's to the point he just wants to sell the whole damn thing.
He might. Yeah, they're talking about 50-50 booking. Like I give a shit about Ricochet, pal. Oh, Vince, just... Seriously, why is he doing this? Why does he even care? Just go retire and bang Linda. Seriously. Like, what's he doing? Like... Oh, man. Well, 3 hours of wrestling podcast in one sitting, and this is where we are. Do you have anything else on AEW?
No, bro, I can't wait till it's here, honestly. We only got about a week until the pay-per-view, and then only a couple months until October comes, and then, hey, all this WWE crap will be behind us. We won't even know what the hell a Vince McMahon is by then.
Maybe not. All right. So that's the big news on AEW. That was half the show. The other half was just us being goofballs about Vince McMahon. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, do the thing. And for the Electric City Saint, I'm Hollywood Edwards. Soldiers of Shoot. We'll see you next time. Pal.